Thanks for being...
I give up.
What?
What's so funny?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, come on, tell me.
Well, you know sometimes how a song keeps going through your head?
Yeah?
No, a song keeps going through my head.
Must be hilarious.
Well, you tell me. Love is wonderful, the second time around.
That's not hilarious. That's accurate.
Is this the second time around for us?
Looks that way.
Well, if it is, how come it's so much better this time?
Well, because for once in our lives, we're being smart, taking it easy, letting things happen, not putting any pressure on each other.
Whatever it is, I like it.
Me too.
I have to be leaving.
Well?
For one thing, I should be there when Timmy wakes up.
Easy. Leave first thing in the morning.
Another thing, I need some sleep. You could use some, too.
I love you when you're sensible. And I love you more when you're not. But you win.
Oh, you gave in 1 second too soon.
Me too. And then I'll walk you to your car.
You get dressed out here.
Nancy, time for a cup of coffee?
Yeah, I could use one to get me going. I feel like I put in a full day and all I've done is get Timmy up and off to playgroup.
You had a late night with Jeff.
Very. You know, it seems like we see each other more now than we did when we were married.
Seems to agree with you. It does, doesn't it? Oh, I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to keep up.
Oh, for me, too. And just when I have us figured out, we seem to change gears. Suppose I said I wanted to remarry Jeff.
Is that a question?
I think so.
Has he asked you?
Is that an answer?
I'm just stalling for time.
Well, in other words, you think it's a lousy idea.
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think this time we can make it work.
So he has asked you. You asked him?
Mother!
Well, you have been known to take the bull by the horns.
Not this time. I'm not sure how Jeff feels. You know, part of me thinks that all this romancing is just the old charm game. A trick to make me fall in love with him again, and once he's sure of me, he'll take off for parts unknown with some brunette.
Oh, Nancy, if you're that unsure of him, how can you even consider it?
Simple. The trick's worked. I have fallen in love with him again. I don't know if we'll get back together, but if we do, it's got to be because we belong together, and not because one of us has played some carefully planned hand and won the game.
Bravo.
No snap decisions, please.
Who are you talking to? Enough of this frivolity. I have to do some errands on my way to class. Your sister is growing up with a vengeance, too. She asked me to buy her some bras.
Buddy. I remember when I used to make you buy them for me. Except I could never bring myself to even say the word.
Care to join me?
No, I've got a doctor's appointment this morning.
Do you?
Yeah, a bi-yearly checkup. As Buddy would say,
Yaka.
Yaka.
Now, let me get this straight. The Mesopotamia was situated between the Tigris and the Euphrates River, right? It wasn't? Earth to Audrey. Come in, Audrey. Audrey! Have you ever seen anything more beautiful in your whole life? Which one? Roger Arnold. Now that you mentioned it, yes, I have. Lots of time.
He sits right next to me in bio. Yesterday he wrote me a note during class. I think he likes me.
Audrey, Roger Arnold likes every girl in school. He's the school's makeout artist.
Hey, how's the Foxy's chick in the 10th grade?
Roger, quit teasing me.
Oh, I mean it. The Foxies. You know, I had a dream about you last night.
About me? What was it?
Come on, I can't get into it here. But why don't we meet later on and I'll get into the details. Comprende?
Sure, I comprende.
Hey, later, hot dater.
What a weirdo!
My heart.
What about it?
I'm in love.
With that thing? You gotta be nuts.
You may call it nuts, but I call it love. Every time I see him, my knees get weak and my heart starts pounding like a hammer. My mouth gets dry. And I feel like a woman.
Sounds more like the flu to me.
Thank heaven for the twice-yearly checkup. If it weren't for that, I'd probably never get to see you, Nancy.
You know, Judith, sometimes I think I should call you and say, let's have lunch.
Yeah, but you don't.
I never seem to have a time for anything.
Well, no one does, really. One of the horrors of today's world. You look wonderful. I presume your mother's well and Buddy?
Oh, yeah, Mom's fine. You wouldn't recognize Buddy. Would you believe she's 15 years old?
Well, since I haven't seen her more than 3 times since she was 15 seconds old, you're right, I wouldn't recognize her. Should have been a GP. How have you been?
Good. Really good. In fact, I think I've been better than I have in a long time.
Judging by appearances, your appetite's good.
Yeah, I've put on a couple pounds, as you noticed.
Not enough exercise, right? It's the trouble with us. Nobody moves a muscle unless he has to.
Well, I try and play a little tennis.
Try harder. Any complaints?
No, not really, aside from the weight. I feel a little queasy sometimes. I think it's just bad eating habits.
Queasy? How often?
Well, fairly often, actually, lately.
When was your last period?
You gotta be kidding.
Well, you have described a couple of classic symptoms. Could you be pregnant?
No!
Why not? You take vows of chastity?
No, I just can't be pregnant.
Well, there is a simple way to find out. We'll run a test.
Not today.
You scared?
Yes, yeah.
Well, of course you are. Look, Nancy, I don't know if you are pregnant, but it is a possibility. Have the test.
Tomorrow, okay?
If you've been seeing someone.
Well, Jeff, we've been seeing each other again. He's the only one. Oh, we're not ready for anything like a baby.
Well, look, we don't even know if it's a consideration, now, do we? Can you make it to the lab tomorrow morning at 10?
Yeah.
How's the Foxy's chick in the junior class?
Oh, Roger.
You know, I had a dream about you last night. Why don't we get together later on and I'll talk about it?
You had a dream about me?
Yeah. Say, why don't we meet later on underneath the cafeteria stairs and I'll get into the details.
Okay.
Yeah, later. Hot dater.